Hey everyone, it's Hannah. Thanks for stopping by. I found this game called Wild True Learn, and this is a great tool for if you want to learn programming. The, I guess, plot of the game is basically you're a developer, you've been working on this code and you couldn't figure it out, but then your cat actually figured it out. You are using this tree, your task tree, to try to build a program that recognizes cat speech so that you can communicate with your cat. So I just started. This is like the tutorial right here. So I'm going to show you some of the tasks that you have to complete and just show you how it can help you learn coding. This is your input over here. In this case, it's the exam results. And these are your outputs over here. 1 and 3. Where's 2? Our only node that we know right now, since this is the beginning of the game, is this right here called the expert system. And it works as a if-else statement. So we're going to put our input in, which is red. I mean, it's not red, it's green and blue. So our options for our if statement are red, green, or blue. And obviously we don't have red, so it could be either one. You could say green or blue. We're just going to say green. So the statement kind of works like this. If green, then it will follow this line right here and go to this output. Else, and everything else is blue, it will follow this line and go to this output right here. So then we test run it, and it takes a few seconds. And yeah, and then you release it. And then you get rewards. So now we have a new node. It's called a trash can, where it destroys elements. Here it says in the game versus in the real world. I really like this comparison because all these nodes are simplified versions of real world programming concepts. So this one destroys elements. No matter how many trash cans you place, they will count for one node in the nodes limit. In real life, you really do have to filter out a lot of data. In this case, looks like our input is red, green, and blue, but our output, we just want red and green. So pretty simple there. What we will do, we'll use our expert system, our if-else statement. So if it's blue, let's take it to the trash can. Else would be red and green. Take it right to the output. Do our little test run. And success. You have 100% accuracy. Release. And get our reward. Here we've got a request to update a program, and it will be easier if you use the previous version of the code. So they don't want us to make a new one, they just want us to update it. Sometimes you'll get little like news articles like this that are pretty interesting. Like this talks about the very first chatbot, Eliza, was created in 1966 and it worked horribly. So here we have our custom nodes, which are basically previous schemes that we've already created. So we already have this one, which is red, else divide, which is basically just uses an expert system node right here. So all red input comes out the top and everything else comes out the bottom. And that's pretty simple because in our input we have red, green, and blue. Our output, we just want red. So we'll drag a line from the top to the output, and so all the reds go to the output, and then everything else goes to the trash can. And test it. And release, because we have success. Now we learn about decision trees. Oh, and then you'll go to this forum called Cat Overflow, which is obviously a play on Stack Overflow. So here it talks about decision trees in the game. This node compares output parameters, the sockets, with an element's color. It's analyzing all red input to go to the top socket and blue output to go to the bottom socket. But you can see that there's also green output, and green doesn't have an option. Green's not red, green's not blue. So that's explained down here. I guess it says if an element satisfies both conditions or neither, it goes to a random socket. So green just goes to whatever. So in the real world, decision tree is one of the basic machine learning algorithms. Each tree knows a limited number of classes, and for each element, the tree asks some questions and chooses the class most similar to that element. And then it even provides little links down here to articles and videos. So we will be using a decision tree this time. So let's see. We've got red, green, and blue input. We only want red and green up here, and we only want green and blue down here. So we will send red up top, and we will send blue down bottom. And if you remember, it said if the input does not match either, it will go to a random socket. So since the green does not match either, green will just go to either output, and it doesn't matter because both outputs will take green. And success. The Spanish school wants us to update the code one last time because they need it to work faster. So let's redo that. We could use a decision tree. No, we shouldn't use a decision tree. But it would be faster to use a decision tree. But it would be more accurate to use an expert system. Unless I wanted to use 2 decision trees. It would be a little more accurate, but let's see. Let's see what happens. Actually, no, let's select green. I don't think this is going to be super accurate. Oh wow, that was really accurate. Okay. That'll do it. MedX. Our company is manufacturing all organic natural painkillers. From time to time, our workers pick the wrong plants because they look like medical herbs. We'd like you to design an algorithm that would sort herbs by petals colors. Okay, so this one, we want to split up blue so it just goes here and no reds here. Let's see, we could probably use the red-blue divide. And then you can look at it here. So then blue goes bottom, red goes top. So we need another node though, because this is only 2 outputs. And we need 3. Yeah. This isn't gonna work right. I'm just gonna test it to see exactly like where we're at, because we need green up here and we need red down here. It worked. Okay, I didn't think that it was gonna work because I didn't think there was gonna be enough occupancy in that last one or the first one, but it actually worked. We got enough occupancy, so we'll release that. I could probably do it better, but it worked. Illuminati origins. I need to recognize all the triangular shapes in these documents to solve the puzzle. Can you design a program that would do that for me? Yes. Okay, so now we're using Sift, which in the game, this node compares shapes using an if-else statement. If an element shape matches the designated shape, said element goes to the top socket, others go to the bottom socket. In the real world, Sift, or Scale Invariant Feature Transform, is one of the most powerful non-neural algorithms for detecting features on pictures, which is essential for image recognition. Sift is very fast and is capable of recognizing simple objects and patterns. So, this is another easy one, just kind of to give you the basics of the whole Sift node. If it's a triangle, put it to the output. Everything else goes in the trash can. Let's test it. And success. After you learn a little bit, you have the chance to actually start working with startups and invest in them. This one's called Mama Smith's Pizza Shack, and it is the world's first AI-controlled pizza place. Help us write and implement an algorithm that would be capable to separate orders for round pizza from orders for square-shaped pizza. Let's feed the people and become rich. So I joined the startup. A scheme created while working for a startup does not differ from any other, but there's no solution to startups. A scheme just works better or worse, and your future profits depend on its quality. So this one, our input, we only have 2 inputs, so our if-else statement is basically, if it's a circle, take it to the round box input, else, it's a square, so take it to the square boxes. So this is your startup prototype. And then you can patch it, and you can even sell it right here. What is this chicken escape? We need an algorithm which will work without human assistance and with high accuracy. Okay, let's try to make the chicken egg work. Okay. So I think that what we will do is have 2 Sift nodes. And yeah, so we have circle, square, and triangle. So if it's a circle, let's send it up here. The only thing that should be getting sent to the second Sift node is squares and triangles. So if it's a square, let's take it to output stream 2. Else, it will be a triangle, and that will go to output stream 4. So now we test run. So you might notice up here there's a timer, and I did not get a gold, and that's because you have to satisfy certain conditions. You get like a bronze, silver, and gold. So because it did not satisfy the time conditions, I got a silver. So this goes on for a while, and you can see down here there's different task types. You know, there's more on neural networks. You'll eventually learn load balancing up here. I would highly recommend this game. It's a lot of fun, and it really teaches you a lot of real-world examples in a really simplified way. And I think that is a great way to get introduced to coding. Even if you're a more seasoned programmer like myself, it's still a fun game to play. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!